Hello everyone, and welcome to my Halloween 2018 collaboration. My collaboration this year is decorating a hutch. And it didn't have to be a hutch, it could be a shelf, it could be whatever you have that you decorate with. So let's get started. Alright, I'm going to start, let's see, where should I start? Let's start at the top here. Okay, on this first shelf, what I have is mostly, well actually everything I have up here I've had now for a couple years, except for what I made, and that is these retro cutouts. And you're going to see them throughout my hutch. And I did another collaboration for a 3-tier, and you'll see one on that as well. So let's go over here, and these witches hats up here I got at the 99-cent store, and I bought a few of them at the same time last year. So here is one of the witches hats along with these big crows that I got at the 99-cent store as well. And I just love the black crows at Halloween. They have a little, to me they have a retro yet macabre, yet it still can be a cute Halloween as well. They can go any way you want them to, depending on what you put with them. So here he is. Then here's our troublemaker. Remember him? You've seen him before if you follow me. And then alongside of him is one of these pumpkins that I got from Hobby Lobby, along with another witch's hat in purple. And then behind this hat is a crow. And here's a crow from Target Dollar Spot, and I loved him. Now I've had him a couple years, but he went perfectly. And if you go back to my Halloween home tour, I think it's last year, you'll see how I used him, and it was entirely different than what it looks like in this one this year. And then up here, this retro pumpkin I got from Hobby Lobby a couple years ago. And this is how I remember Halloween as a kid, this kind of look. So it brings back a lot of memories. And then over here, this Double Double Toil and Trouble, this is a cling that I got a couple years ago from Target Dollar Spot. And you'll see another part of the cling down further in a minute. So it's a little bit wrinkly, but I don't care. It still gives the look I wanted it to. And then over here, this orange and black pumpkin I got from Joann's. And then here is the other guy, his brother. And then here's one of these orange roses from Joann's. And then back here, I don't know if you can tell, but here is one of the mirrors from the 99-cent store. And it says, "You're Bootiful." I thought that was so cute. And another witch's hat. So that is the top shelf of my hutch. Now let's go to the second shelf. Okay, on the second shelf, I just have an orange ornament and a fall leaf, and I just kind of put these throughout my decor. And these came from Hobby Lobby in a package. I can't remember, quite a few. Can't remember how many. And then here, this year I got, oh my gosh, this year I got these witches boots. And knowing how I was going to decorate my hutch, I had to get these. And I got these half off, but aren't these adorable? Look at the detail in these. It's crazy. And in the background, yep, Bella's drinking. Never fails. And then here's the other part of the cling that I told you about. And it's all about hocus pocus and witches, which if you see now the theme that I've gone with, that is exactly what it is. The pumpkin with the witch's hat, the witch's hats here, crows always accompany the witches, the black cats, so it all has a theme throughout. And then over here is another one of our adorable cutouts. Doesn't she add just something special into the decor? And this is what I've tried to tell people when I make these, because I have had people ask me, well, what do you do with them after you make them? And as you can see, they really do add just some real cuteness to what you're doing for the holiday. So I have her on a piece of material that has spider webs, and I got this at Hobby Lobby a couple years ago. And then here I made this witch's hat. Oh gosh, I must have made this 3 years ago, 4 years ago. And I have a DIY on this as well. And then over here, this boo sign, this came from Hobby Lobby 2 years ago. And then there you can see the Hocus Pocus. And I've had it now, I think I have, maybe I've had this Hocus Pocus for like 3 years because it's getting a little bit wonky. But nevertheless, I still wanted to put it up. And then further over on the shelf, remember her? Remember when we made her together? And she fits in perfectly where she is. And then I have another crow over here, keeping guard. And then back here, this trick or treat sign was from the 99-cent store. And like I said, if you go on to how I decorated, I believe it was last year, you'll see that these things that I have here this year took on a completely different look the way I did it last year. And then on the bottom here are the candy apples that we made together. How perfect do they look in this particular decor? And I had this sign, and I knew that I was going to put this sign with these candy apples. And it goes perfectly with these apples. And then back here, this Eat, Drink, and Be Scary mug was from 99-cent store. And then I just put this on the cupcake stand that I made out of a Bath and Body lid from a candle and a Dollar Tree candlestick, and just spray painted it. And then back here, this pumpkin that you see, I've had this guy for a long, long time, and I got him at Michael's. Actually, I got two. And then over here is the lantern night light we made, and you can't see it too well. I do have the light on, but in my video when I showed how to make this, I showed it at night, and it looks really, really cute. And again, these are all black cats and little witches. And then over here is a trick-or-treat sign, and this is from Hobby Lobby last year. And there's a pumpkin in my Joanna Gaines scale, which is black, so I put that in there. And then this retro pumpkin I probably had at least 12 or 13 years. But they used to make these when I was a kid, this type. And I don't know what the material is, but anyone that has been around a while, you know what I'm talking about. That kind of, oh, I don't know, it's kind of like almost a plastic glitter, if you will. It's the only way I can describe it. And another candy apple on a makeshift cupcake stand. So let me go over now and I'll show you from the other side what it looks like, and then I'll show you a front view. All right, here we are on the other side. So now you can see this, which has had a little bit better, and the mirror, and our other mischief maker. So if you look at it from this angle, this is what you see. And then down here on our second shelf, our other crow and this little cutie. And then our Hocus Pocus with the witch's hat and those adorable witch's boots. Actually, I'd wear boots like that if the toes weren't curled up like that. If they were just a straight toe, I really would. I really would wear boots like that. And then down here on the third shelf, from another angle, is the rest of what I did this year for my hutch. So I want to thank everyone that participated in this challenge. It is so much fun. I love seeing everything that you do. I really enjoy it. So, until our next DIY or get together, remember, the world's a better place because you're in it. Don't ever, ever forget that. Talk to you soon, guys. Bye.